This photo, for short, I call it CCCR, so 4 C's and 1 R. If we are going to continue to live on this planet as a species, it's going to require that we regenerate damaged ecosystems, because ecosystems provide our climate. Ecosystems create climate. Ancient ecosystems, they create climate. They are the climate creators. And we have damaged these ancient ecosystems to the point where it's disrupting climate. This isn't a matter of global warming, this is a matter of climate disruption. And so if we're going to regenerate damaged ecosystems, the only way to do it is through collaboration. If we are fighting, if we are in warfare, if we are stealing and pillaging, if we are exploiting and oppressing, we are not going to repair these damaged ecosystems. I can't predict the future, but I do know that if we are going to live on this earth in the far future, we are going to need to regenerate these damaged ecosystems. In my art, I just like to play around with what would it look like? What would it look like if we pulled it off? I like imagining that humans one day will utilize all of their innovation, all of their technology, and all of their resources to repair damaged ecosystems. And if we were to obtain that level, our consciousness will reach a point where we're able to access forces and energies that we are not aware of currently. Electricity, gravity, electromagnetic fields. These are all actual things. Things that humans, maybe intuitively, certain humans that were advanced in their observation of the world knew, and then eventually were able to prove, and many were killed. They were burned, they were tortured for these beliefs. And in the same way, many people are ridiculed for believing that there are non-visible forces that still exist that have not been discovered. This is Katie Wood, an absolute badass, very strong mind, very capable body. This was not comfortable at all. I do have a behind the scenes on the making of this photo. It's real short and sweet. I'll link it right here. This was done at the Cascadia Arts and Music Festival. This was the first time that I used cable rigging for a major structure. The whole reason for using cable and Under Freeway Angels was to play around with how it would work for this photo shoot. All of these diamonds right here, these are all from Gates of Harmony. These are the rods from Angels of Air, the wings. These are the wings. So I took the wings and the costumes from Gates of Harmony, and in a week, I made this chandelier and designed it all out. And it worked pretty fucking well. This photo is a composite, I will say. There were not that many people here. I wish there were. I was way too optimistic about getting all these people, but I did get enough people where I was able to kind of shuffle them around and take a series of photos and then composite it to make it much larger. There was probably about, I don't know, maybe like this many people in reality, and then I just moved them around. So there's actually some redundancies. Like John right here is like in here like 3 times. These humans right here represent modern humans, where we're at right now. And then Katie represents humans 500 years from now. I'm working on a new project. It's very much in its infancy, but it's called End of the Age of Pisces, which is 500 years from now. We're approaching the end of the Age of Pisces. A lot of people think that we're in the Age of Aquarius, but we're not. We're still approaching the Age of Aquarius. We have about 500 years left. The Age of Pisces began with the Council of Nicaea and the end of the 3rd century of the Christian era. Yeah, so we still have a ways to go before the Age of Aquarius. In the last 500 years, the last centuries of the Age of Pisces, is going to be a radical transformation for humanity. And if it all goes well, hopefully we will become beings like this. First off, we're showing our respect to water, the life force of water. I really like the idea of androgyny as well, not making a big distinction between the sexes. Everyone was given the option. You can wear a top. You consider yourself a male, or if you consider yourself a female, anyone can wear a top if they want. You don't have to either. The loincloth is just nice because it's just androgynous. And what we're doing in these little groups is I told them, I want you to imagine that each one of you here is this being. Let's just say there's like 100 people here. So there's 100 of these beings. You are one of them. And you are a whole fleet of them. And what is this being? This is a human being. This is a human being. using advanced technology designed with the sole purpose of regenerating damaged ecosystems. So in my imagination, if humans were to put all of their resources, all their innovation, and all of technology into regenerating damaged ecosystem, they would create these crafts that could hover throughout the world, and they would hover over damaged ecosystems. These human-powered crafts, powered by their mind, powered by forces of energy yet to be discovered, have the ability to hover over damaged ecosystems and repair them. There's a weird kind of jumping throughout time with this photo that I'll try to articulate. So this is present day. This is real time. So this is a group of modern humans meditating in their imagination that they are this being. And then this being, what this being does is this being goes to damaged ecosystems and hovers for a series of weeks over a damaged ecosystem in a state of meditation to repair it. So these modern humans are visualizing themselves as this being, and this being is visualizing the regeneration of nature. You can imagine that they are in a deep trance. They are visualizing this damaged ecosystem repairing itself. So from the vantage point of a director, this was one of the first times where I totally let go. It was nuts, and I was way in over my head. I was super fatigued. I was riding on like extreme sleep exhaustion. This was the summer of 2018. I was on a rampage. I did so many projects. In the heat of the moment, when this was all happening, I gave up. I just gave up control, and I just let go, and I just let chaos take over. And it ultimately worked out. And what's wild is that as an artist, I have a tendency to hate everything I do right after I make it. I think it's a total failure. The night after this photo, I collapsed just on the ground in some random place close to the art gallery here and just started sobbing out of control. And I didn't even care anymore. It was probably super embarrassing, and a lot of people like pointed and giggled, but I just cracked. This was a really intense summer, an intense photo shoot. And it's a lot, man. Like I'm an introvert. I really have to put on this part of myself that is just really crazy to be able to pull this stuff off. And I can do it. I can do it through will and determination, but it's not easy. And it definitely takes a lot out of me. Massive shout out. Like, how fucking radical is this? Just so fucking radical. I love it. Go Katie Wood. You are a total badass. Shout out to Michael Manahan. Cascadia has been the backbone for so many of my major projects. Summer of 2018. CCCR.